M0FXB. So it looks like ANYTONE 878 plus 2 model with APRS receive is going from 2.05 to version 3. So, and in this update, you've got a Bluetooth update, you've got a GPS emblem update, and a firmware update. And most of the firmware, as far as I can say, is just adding beeps and sounds. I can't see anything major. But anyway, we may as well do it. Just watch the rest of the video as I do it. So once you've got the radio in firmware mode, go set your COM. My COM is 11. Click OK. Then go Tools, Firmware Update. Like so. Now open the file. Try and find the file that you saved earlier, which I put in my 878 folder, which is here. And then we want the new one, which is version 3. Let's find it. Firmware 2.5, no, we want 3. Open file. Then we're looking for ANYTONE number 2, which is on my desktop. Desktop, ANYTONE 2. This is the new firmware here. Double click here, and this is the new firmware. And then let's go right. Click right to radio. Seems to be working. Remember, at the end of this, we need to do a system reboot or factory reset. And in doing that, you'll lose all your memory. So hopefully you've already saved a copy of your code plug. And then that's you done. So I'll add a bit of video on how to reset your radio at the end of it. Bye for now, 7.3. So in this mod you have the GPS and APRS little logos that show up, so it looks quite good. So we'll just follow the instructions here. Let's open up the CPS, double click here. You turn the radio off, hold down the PTT, and at the bottom you've got a button with 2 lines on it, so it's the third button down on the left. Hold them both, turn on the radio, and the radio will say update mode with a white screen. So it says turn it off, hold down the PTT and the PF2 and turn on your update screen, and now open up the software, and we're going to be looking for the file called 1.22 MX SPI. So we'll make sure we're on COM 11 again. Set COM 11, and we'll go file update, tool, then update firmware, like so. We'll open the file, and we want the SPI one. We'll go desktop, and then we're going to go ANYTONE 2. We're going to do the SPI one. Where is that? Not Bluetooth firmware. CPS firmware screen. There it is. There, the mod. I think it's 122. Was it? It could have been that one actually. Icon mod. That looks like it. Gonna do it, and then write it to the radio. Something's happening. So that gives us the icon mod as well. So for the Bluetooth update, let's turn the radio off. We need to hold down the top button, and it says PF2 key. So that's the third button down on the left. So top button, PF2, and then we're going to turn on the radio. And then we're going to do the firmware update, and we're looking for the file called version 1.04. So back to our CPS. Let's go tools again. So now we're doing the Bluetooth firmware. Open file, and we've got to find the Bluetooth one now. So we'll go back with the little up arrow here, and we're looking for the Bluetooth stuff. So it's definitely in this folder here. Bluetooth firmware 1.04. Double click that, success, and then we're going to click write. And that's now writing the latest firmware for Bluetooth. I'm not sure what much difference it makes. And let's have a quick look at what the firmware says, the changes that the firmware did say. So it says number 1, RX group list settings, channel set, receive group list, add none selection. 2, introduce the choice of selecting online alert also to each talk group one by one, so that every time any contact talks using the specific talk group, you will hear a beep at the beginning of speaking regardless of contact. Introduce a global parameter for setting when the idle state of the digital channel will be played. Naught beep, so a few beeps and things. Not really seeing anything major. Channel analog 5, lots of tones been added. Okay, but obviously a reason for it. And that's the 2.05 is the current one that we've all got. So we're going to update to 3. So that's what you get. Thanks for watching. Hold down the PTT and the button underneath it whilst turning on. Turn on. There you go. Gives you that message. So hit confirm. Right, it's reboot, and then you can put in the time and date and everything, which I'll probably do later, and then just hit confirm, and then you're rebooted. Hopefully you've saved your code plug already, and you can re-enter your... So all we've got to do now is run our version 3 setup of our programming software, or CPS, because we'll be using that now that we've got the new firmware. Create a shortcut, install, launch. It will look the same as the old one, and that's it. Just use this in the normal way. 7.3, bye again.